So let's start by clicking the Create a Graphic green square in the top right. I'm going to get rid of this little template section and rename this Recycling Poster. Next, what we'll do is we'll go down to Elements. We're going to look for a background here. We're looking for an ocean background. So just type that in there, and this first one is absolutely perfect. Saves me loads of work, which is great. Next up, what we'll do is we'll scroll along the top here to icons, and I'm just looking for a plastic bottle. Now I'm going to look for one which is a solid color because I want it to be able to stand out. This one on the left here looks great. The color's not what I want, so just click it, drag it using the little circles in the corners so it's nice and big. And then it's centered there using the pink line. Go over to the fill on the left hand side, select the kind of color you want. This one's pretty good, kind of ocean style, kind of marine color. Might change that later, but for now that'll do just to help it stand out. Next, going to go to text, add your text. Just start typing in here. So recycle for the life cycle. And I think to make this easier, I'm going to go to text layouts, that little button in the middle there, choose dynamic. That means it'll always stay perfectly within this kind of box, and it will resize different words within that so that it always fits side to side. Let me center that right down the center there, and then I'll go to the fill on the left hand side, change the color to white. That's not really standing out against that bottle in the background, but let's go and change the font. In our recommended fonts, I'm going to scroll through until I find something that I like. This one here looks pretty good to me. That's cool. So it'll change that automatically for you, and then if you want to resize it, you can by using the corners again and then repositioning so it's slap bang in the middle. I'm going to click on my bottle on the right hand side using my layers, and then I'm also going to change the color in here. I'm going through some of these different colors here, not really finding the one I want. That one's not bad, but I think it needs a little bit more white in it. So if I go to custom and then just drag that towards the top left hand corner, that will make it slightly lighter, which makes it slightly easier to read the text and see the bottle at the same time. You can also change the text by going in and actually just selecting a text from the text picker there. Bebas New is one that I use a lot. I really like that one, and then I'll bring that down and center it again. Great stuff. Now I really like the style of font, so I've just clicked it, 3 dots, pressed duplicate to get exactly the same style, and then I can start typing out something else here. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It'll have all the same kind of styles as the one above. And then I'm just going to place it so that it aligns with the major text in the center, just down the bottom there. Let me just zoom in so that you can see it better. And then I'm going to go to elements and search for just a recycling logo. I'll go for one of a solid color. I think that'll be better. It'll stand out more. It's given me in this gray, which I don't particularly like. So I'm going to go press the fill and change that to white. Now that's nice and bright. That's good. You can also find it in swatches as well. Now just resize that up so that it sort of hits the top and the bottom of the reduce, reuse, recycle section as well. Now that that's done, I'll click the text there. I'll duplicate it, drag that across. And then I can put in some text here as a little message for people and then drag that out. Because it's still dynamic, it'll size it up to that box, which is great. Please support our ocean creatures by doing your bit to keep the sea free from plastic. Now that it's roughly the same size, I'm going to also position it, or position all these 3 objects so that they are equally spaced, and the pink lines are helping me to do that. Once it's done, I'm going to go to elements and just make sure I'm in shapes first, and then go to line. Get myself a line. You can't really see it here, but it is just kind of a gray line. Let me bring that down. Sometimes it is a bit tricky to see. So if I change the color now to a white and then use the kind of rotate tool here to get it to 90 degrees, that'll be perfect. And then I just pop that right in the middle of the text and the recycle logo, bring that down and bring that one up. There you go. It's just a dividing line really. And then if I click it and duplicate it, I can bring that across and use that as a dividing line here as well. Make sure it's aligned perfectly. And there you go. I'll zoom back out. That's our finished poster. But actually, let's do one more thing. Let's go to design assets and search for waves. And there's one just down here, this one here. If I click that, it comes in there. And if I stretch it out, you might be thinking, this looks a bit mad. What are you doing here? But if I just use the handles there to size it up and click it directly on, then go to blend mode and select screen, only the lightest colors will be allowed to be seen through. And I can even bring the opacity down on this. This is how much you can actually see through it. And I reckon around about 40% is going to be nice. It's just a little subtle hint in the background. And then also to make sure my text and my bottle and my recycle logo are seen really clearly, I'm also moving that in my layer stack down to the bottom. Now it's all done. Click download. There we go. And it'll give the name that you gave to it in the project. So mine was recycle poster. Save that to my computer. And next what we'll do is we'll go to share. You can share this via Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or even send it to Google Drive or OneDrive. But if you click view only link, that will give you a link to your work which you can share with whoever you like.